subscribe now and press the bell icon.
Once again, welcome back to the channel BioWorld. In a previous lecture, we have discussed about the introduction of sexual reproduction and the typical structure of flower. Now, in this lecture, we are going to start about the structure of anther. Let's start. In previous lecture, we have studied about the androecium. This androecium, it is the male reproductive part of flower. This androecium, it is the male reproductive part of flower, and already discussed the member of androecium. Each member of androecium, it is called as a stamen. Let's draw the structure. This is the stalk of the anther, and it is called as a filament, and its lobes, they are called as the anther, and the tissue where the anther lobes or the anther and filament connects with each other, here it is the connective. So each member of androecium, this complete structure, it is called as a stamen. This complete structure is the stamen, and further the stamen consists of three parts. It is the anther, this lobe of the stamen, it is the anther, and the stalk of the stamen, it is the filament. And the connection between the anther and the filament, it is the connective. So anther, it is the fertile part of the stamen in which the formation of pollen grain, or we can say microsporogenesis, occurs, and the filament, it is the supportive part, and this filament, it supports to the anther. So it is the general structure. Now the androecium, it may be monothecous anther. Androecium or the stamen, it is monothecous anther or dithecous anther. Let's see. Mono means single. When the anther, it possesses a single lobe like this. This is a filament and it is a single lobe. This single lobe, when present, the anther is said to be monothecous, and this single lobe, it consists of the two sacs. These are called as a pollen sac, or it is called as a microsporangia. It is called as a microsporangia or the pollen sac. Two pollen sacs are present in a single lobe of monothecous anther. The another type, it is a dithecous anther. Now what is meant by dithecous anther? This di means two. When there is a presence of two lobes in anther, when anther possesses two lobes, it is said to be dithecous anther, like this, the diagram. These are the two lobes of anther, and in each lobe there are two pollen sacs. It means two lobes, it consists of four pollen sac, and this four pollen sac, it is called as a tetrad, or it is also said to be tetrasporangiate. It is called as a tetrasporangiate. Let me repeat. Dithecous anther, when there is the presence of two lobes in anther, such an anther is the dithecous anther. Dithecous anther, as it possesses the two lobes, and single lobe consists of two pollen sac. So two lobes in a diathecous anther, एंथर के दो लोब में यहाँ पर कितने पोलन सैक हम लोग देख रहे हैं? 4 पोलन सैक, जिसको हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? टेट्राड, और इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज अ टेट्रास्पोरोंजिएट. So moving towards the TS structure of anther, this is about the general introduction of anther. Now moving towards the TS, that is the transverse section of anther. The besides diagram, it is showing the TS structure of anther or transverse section of anther. We can say it the anatomical structure. So diagram, it is representing the TS structure of anther, TS of anther. Now, in the structure of anther, the hypodermal cell, let me clear, hypodermal cell, this red colored layer, this is the outer layer, and this outer layer, it is called as epidermis of the anther, which we'll discuss in detail further. The cells below the epidermis, it is called as a hypodermal cell, and when this hypodermal cell, it undergoes the differentiation. These hypodermal cells, they are diploid, means the two sets of chromosome. Hypodermal cells undergoes a differentiation and it get transformed into the archisporial cells. The hypodermal cells differentiate into the archisporial cell, which are also diploid. So in the TS structure of anther, the outer layer, which is a single layer of the flattened cell, it is called as a epidermis. Now in diagram we can see below the epidermis there is a single layer of the black colored cell in a single layer. It is called as the endothecium. It will also discuss further. So below the epidermis, a single layer of the thick and the flattened cell is present, and it is called as a endothecium. Below the endothecium or beneath the endothecium, there are presence of 1 to 2 layers of the polygonal parenchymatous cell, and this blue colored cell, it is called as a middle layer. It is said to be the middle layer, which is present in 1 to 2 layers. Now, moving towards the inside or deep in the diagram, this black colored cells, which is present inside or innermost layer, it is the tapetum. It is the tapetum. So outermost layer is the epidermis. Below the epidermis there is a presence of endothecium. Beneath the endothecium 1 to 2 layers of middle layer are present, and innermost layer, it is the tapetum. This tapetum, it encloses the sporogenous tissue. These sporogenous tissues, they arises from the archisporial cells. Is it clear? Are you getting my point? Repeating the same point. These sporogenous tissue, these are the diploid tissues present inside the pollen sac or the microsporangium. This rounded structure, it is called as a microsporangia, or we can say it as a pollen sac. It is a pollen sac or it is a microsporangia, and inside the microsporangia there is a presence of the diploid cells or the tissue called as a sporogenous tissue, and sporogenous tissue, they arises from the archisporial cells. So it is the general structure or general introduction about the diagram representing the TS structure of anther. And what is this structure? It is the connective between the two lobes of them. It is a single lobe and it is another lobe. These two lobes are joined together with the help of this connective. So let's see in detail about the TS structure of anther. So this anther hypodermal diploid cell differentiates into the archisporial cell. In TS of anther, this archisporial cell further differentiates into the inner tissues or inner layer of cells, and it is the outer layer of cells, or it is called as a parietal layer. Okay, so inner tissues or inner layer of cell, this is called as a sporogenous layer of cells. These innermost cells are called as a sporogenous layer of cell, and this sporogenous layer of cell further differentiates into the sporogenous tissues, and further this sporogenous tissues, it will help in the formation of pollen grain. We will see it in the process of microsporogenesis. Now about the outer layer of the cells, which is called as a parietal layer. This parietal layer, it helps in the formation of anther wall. Anther wall, which is the protective wall of the anther, and this anther wall, it consists of 4 layers. The anther wall consists of the 4 layers. In diagram we can see the outer epidermis, below the epidermis it is the endothecium, the third layer it is the middle layer, and the innermost layer it is the tapetum. So let's see about the functions of this anther wall and the 4 layers. So let's start with the structure or detail about the anther wall. Anther wall, it consists of the 4 layers. 4 layers are those, they are epidermis. You can see it in diagram. Epidermis, what is it? It is the outermost, and what is the function? Outermost प्रोटेक्टिव लेयर ऑफ एंथर वॉल. एंथर वॉल की प्रोटेक्टिव आउटरमोस्ट जो लेयर है उसको हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? एपिडर्मिस. एंड एपिडर्मिस, what does it composed? It is made up of a rectangular cells. We can see it in a diagram. Again I am repeating to see the diagram. Epidermis, a red colored outermost layer, and it is made up of a rectangular cell. Now moving towards the another layer, that is the endothecium. Endothecium, which is where it is located? It is located beneath the epidermis, below the epidermis. एपिडर्मिस के नीचे हम लोगों को जो ब्लैक कलर की लेयर दिख रही है उसको हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? एंडोथेशियम. एंड एंडोथेशियम, इट इज मेड अप ऑफ थिक एंड फ्लैटेंड सेल. इसमें जो कंपोजिशन है, सेल्स कैसे है इसमें हम लोगों को दिख रहे हैं कि एपिडर्मिस से सेल्स कैसे है? थिक है, और सेल्स कैसे है? फ्लैटेंड है. The function of endothecium is also the protection as well as nutrition. Then third layer, it is the middle layer. In epidermis and endothecium, we have seen that there are single layers of cell, epidermis and the endothecium. But for the middle layer, we can see here there are 1 to 2 layers of the polygonal cell. And what are the polygonal cells? These are the parenchymal cell. So middle layer, they are present in 1 to 2 layers of a polygonal cell, and these are polygonal cells, these are the parenchymal cells. And one important point, this middle layer, it degenerate. This middle layer degenerates at the time of maturity. When it is the time for the formation of pollen grain or the microsporogenesis, the middle layer, it degenerates. The process is called as a dehiscence. The fourth layer, it is the tapetum. This is the tapetum, the innermost layer, and this is the pollen sac, or it is a microsporangium, inside which the sporogenous tissues are present, right? So tapetum, it is the innermost layer. We can see it encloses the microsporangia or pollen sac, encloses the pollen sac. This tapetum, it is nutritive in function. It means it provides the nutrition to the sporogenous tissue. And important point is to be, please note, in response with or in according with the NEET or the AIPMT point, this tapetum, it functions for the secretion of sporopollenin. Please underline the sentence, sporopollenin. And sporopollenin, it is an important component of the exine of pollen grain. पोलन ग्रेन की जो आउटर लेयर है उसको हम लोग बोलने वाले हैं एक्साइन, जो हम आगे देखने वाले हैं पोलन ग्रेन के स्ट्रक्चर में. तो पोलन ग्रेन की जो आउटर लेयर है एक्साइन, उसका इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट है स्पोरोपोलेनिन. एंड स्पोरोपोलेनिन, इट इज सिक्रेटेड बाय द tapetum. So it is all about the TS structure of anther, consisting of the round central structure, central rounded structure microsporangia, and the anther wall consisting of 4 layer: epidermis, endothecium, middle layer, and the tapetum. And these are details about the anther wall. So in the last, again, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching our channel BioWorld, and please, I request you, like it, share it, and subscribe it. If you have any doubts, any difficulties regarding with this topic, you can post your email ID in the comment box, or you can email us on our email ID. Email ID, please note down, teambioworld@gmail.com. Thank you so much.